pardon my voice. I have laryngitis.
I got bronchitis.
I don't know what's going on with my voice, but it's not good. We're just gonna ignore that. But anyway, today we are gonna be doing a little SFX tutorial. So I'm gonna be doing a slit neck. I just figured I'd do something easy and creepy and something that's like just a fun little like easy tutorial. So I'm gonna jump into it and get started right now. So first I'm gonna take my Ben Nye Clear Liquid Latex, and I'm actually gonna move my hair out of the way because I don't want any latex getting in my hair. And I'm going to paint it across my neck, wherever I want the slit to be. And this is just a pretty thin layer. Like, you don't need to go nuts here. Of course, I pull my hair back and I already have it in my hair. Okay, so like that. It's gonna look like you have a choker on. And then I'm gonna take some tissues, and basically you just wanna rip the tissue. So you wanna rip the tissue. You don't want it to look perfect. And then you're basically just going to stick it right over the latex. And then you take your latex again, dip back in. So you're just gonna paint right over it, but you just wanna stick it all down with the latex and paint right over top. This is gonna feel really tight and weird and unnatural, but that's fine. And it's okay if it rips, like, it's totally fine. Like, it does not have to be perfect. I cannot stress that enough. Because when you cut something or whatever, you have an injury or wound, it's never gonna look perfect. So you just wanna spread that all the way across. And you basically just wanna do this a couple of times. Just gonna rip another strip, and then again, just stick it down on top of the latex. This is not a difficult one at all, and you wanna make sure that you coat it really well. And I'll probably do one more layer. So one more layer right here. One more time, paint it down. You really wanna make sure you run over all of the edges too, so that everything's nice and flat to the skin. Latex is really easy to work with, in my opinion. It's the easiest SFX product to work with, in my opinion. So that's it. I'm just gonna let that dry for a minute, and I'm actually gonna pull out my foundation. You can use any foundation, but for today's purposes, I'm gonna use one that I don't really care too much about. This is just a cheap one from Makeup Revolution. It is a good one, but it's not one that I wear all the time. So while that's drying, get that ready. Also, my eye makeup today, I was really into. I've been wearing this literally for probably 10 hours, this makeup that I have on right now. And I'm sick, so I've been blowing my nose. So shout out to the Hourglass foundation, the stick foundation. This one right here. This has held up all day. Also, my eyeshadow is the Manny MUA Life's a Drag palette. I'm obsessed with this. I used this all last year for Halloween, and I still love this palette. Hopefully tomorrow's video, you'll get to see the new Lunar Beauty palette, and I just got it today, and I'm so excited to use it. It's the new Moonspell palette, and I am pumped. So I'm gonna basically take my foundation and just paint right over top, because I want it to match my skin color, because obviously you want this to look like ripped skin. You want to paint over it with your foundation so it blends into your skin, and so that nobody can see that it's not your actual skin. So I'm gonna paint over the whole thing, just like this. And then I'm gonna take a sponge and just bounce right over it to blend it all. And I'm just gonna keep layering it until it looks good. And you wanna use a pretty full coverage foundation as well. See how that just kind of hides everything? I'm just gonna, again, bounce over it to make sure it's all blended out. Bring it up my neck. I'm actually gonna bring it up here too, just to cover kind of like around my mouth. So now I'm gonna take my little scissors, and be really careful when you do this because this is scary. And you want to just kind of like get a little hole right here. And once you get the hole, you want to just kind of cut all the way across your neck. Honestly, big scissors work great for this as well. Big scissors are probably less sharp and scary, so recommend using those. Don't be stupid like me. Don't actually slit your throat in this process. But you just want to make a slit all the way across, and you want to kind of pull at the latex. So you are going to pull up on where you made those cuts and just kind of pull it apart, just like that. There we go. Because you just want it to look like someone just made a clean cut right across. If you didn't have anxiety before this video, I'm sure you probably do now, because watching someone cut right next to their neck is probably the scariest part about this. Okay, and then again, you just want to pull this apart. And you can peel off parts that are like, you know, that you don't like the look of or whatever. Like right here, I don't really love how that looks. So I'm probably gonna peel that off. But you just kind of like cut it and work it until you like how it looks. And the more beat up and ugly, the better, to be honest. Just so it looks like it's like gashed open skin. So we've got that going. So I'm gonna take my foundation one more time. And I'm just gonna run it right over these edges, just so it really meshes in everywhere. And again, taking my sponge and just pushing it in, and then pulling that back up. And it's cool if you have like skin hanging, that's totally fine, it looks cool. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into my little Krylon paint palette right here. I'm just gonna grab a red shade. So with this red, I'm going to just kind of pull this up and go on the inside. And you wanna kind of pull it up so you can get all up in there. Like you wanna get completely underneath so that if your neck moves or anything and like anyone sees inside, it's all completely covered. So you really want to get like all up in the skin. So now that we have our little gash, you want to take a little bit of, I actually like to take blush, and I'll just dip into my blush. This is just the Laura Mercier Rosé blush. And I'm just gonna kind of tap over the outside. And this is just gonna make it look like the area is like irritated. So this is gonna give it some color so that it looks real nasty. And you can even dip into other colors, like you can dip into like some purples or like do like this and shade right around to make it look extra nasty, which I like to do. And then I dip into the black as well, and I will put some black inside to make it look really gnarly. And I kind of scatter the black. I don't go overboard with it, but you just want to really make it look disgusting. So I'm really just kind of mucking this up everywhere to make it look real nasty. Okay, so once we have it looking real nasty like this, then you take your fake blood. Okay, so this is the Maron coagulated blood gel. This is like a thick blood. I love this one for stuff like this because it's just so gross. And you can literally just like slap it in there and it's not gonna go anywhere. But I do this really messily. I would do it on the inside first. And you want it to be pretty thick on the inside. Obviously you want it to look like your throat was cut. Duh, that's the whole point of this. But then you want to kind of spatter it too. And this is where it gets real gnarly. So you can just take like a little brush and just like you want it to like kind of drip out like that. And honestly, the more disgusting and like messy, the better. I'll probably do like one good like nasty drip. This actually works really well with stage blood because stage blood is so drippy, but I don't have any stage blood on me right now. I'm just gonna add a little more black kind of around here just to make it extra gross. And that's it, you guys. That is the slit neck tutorial. It's a really easy one to kind of wear to a party. It's disgusting, it's fun, it just looks nasty. So if you're looking for something really gross and really easy to just kind of throw together, this is a good one. Show up to your party and just be like, oh, got my neck cut. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the next video. Bye. Don't forget to like, subscribe, you know, all that jazz. Bye.